a wonderful speaker, I would give upon Vijay. Vijay, would you like to bring upon our next speaker?
Sure, definitely. So our next speaker is, first of all, we need to thank him for all of us being here, is Khussaal Jain. He is a serial entrepreneur and fast track startup specialist. He's a founder and CEO of Amplefy Mastermind LLP. He's the founder of Startup Success Hub. He has 25 years of experience in entrepreneurship. He's the recipient of 2 International Hall of Fame awards. He has organized multiple trainings and trained more than 10,000 plus startups and entrepreneurs. He's managing a tribe of entrepreneurs, global network of more than 30,000 members. I hand over the stage to Khussaal Jain.
Welcome, Khussaal ji. Thank you so much. You're on mute still.
Yes, I always be on mute. That's the thing. Okay, so thank you for introducing.
You're a silent player on back screen.
Thank you. So let's begin the show. Okay, so I thank you everyone for till this time waiting for me and listening to me. The next 25 minutes would blow your mind. Maybe a little bit I'll be share about my personal life as well, along with the how you can start or launch your dream business or a startup in 5 weeks. So that's what I'm going to share. And so let me start my presentation. Okay. Yes. Okay. So why entrepreneurship? So this is what the presentation would be. I this introduction has already been done. So I am on a mission of helping 100,000 dreamers to launch their successful and sustainable startup by 2025. So that's the mission about me. So first, let me ask you a question. Are you a born entrepreneur? So if I say that I'm not a born entrepreneur, but I born in a family where business was there. So I come from a Marwari, typical Marwari business. Okay, so my father used to move from Rajasthan to Bangalore, and he started working. And then he set up his own shop, that is 10 by 10 shop, and he used to have hosiery hosiery wholesale, retail, both we were managing. I was used to go to school, and after my schooling time, when I was I think around 10 or 11 year old, I started sitting in the shop, and all my homework, everything used to happen in my shop. So that's how it was. So my journey started there. First business I started because I felt that no, this is limiting my thinking, it is limiting my decision making. So I need little freedom. So what I did was I didn't ask my parent that okay, I want to start a business. And but later on, he got to know that okay, I'm planning to start something. Then he said, okay, why not you start? I'll give you a 1 lakh rupee, and this is a there is a godown which is on the first floor. Okay, it's a small business complex, and with 1 lakh rupee, what I did was I used 30,000 rupees to just put in furniture, and 70,000 rupees for getting the goods. So my what I start was because I'm talking about was 1998. Okay, and 1998. Uh, it was a there was a trend no, for women wear, but for men wear it was just starting that industry. So and it was mainly for no, rough and tough jeans was one of the brand jeans brand only was there in India at that time, and that was the craze. And I said, okay, why not we start with the dealership that one, and then started with dealership, and then started menswear ready-made shirts trading. I got the product and started selling. And same product actually where nearby competitors were there. So I said, why not to create my own brand? And within a year, I developed around 4 to 5 new brands, and I launched it. I almost my product were getting almost around 8 to 10 states supply, and within 4 to 5 years, that is 2003, I'm talking about, we're already clocking a 1 crore plus turnover. Okay, and I saw one man show. So I was managing everything. I had a staff who used to do the no, packaging, marketing, or maybe sometimes getting the collections done. So I used to do is select the fabric. My job was to select the fabric, give it to the outsource it, get it. We had acquired 140 machine garment factory where the production was 24 by 7 happening, and I was only the main consumer. So that's how it was happening. And in the garment business, the one challenge is we get credit very less. Okay, for text, we get a fabric for 15 days credit, but when we use the ready product, okay, after packaging, stitching, everything, it used to go for 30 days credit to 60 days, sometimes even 365 days credit. So there are a few market, okay, so like Kerala and all, we used to get payment from Onam to Onam. We used to get in Tamil Nadu of Deepavali to Deepavali. So that's how payments are happening. So I was just managing the show it was, and there were some challenges. And by 2005, actually, I closed all the whole business with almost 50 lakhs plus loss. And it was a real no, turnaround of starting a business with something and made it a great brand. A lot of people still today also they know me because of the brand. Okay, what I created that time, and then I traveled to Northeast. I stayed in Guwahati for almost 6 to 8 months. I stayed in Ahmedabad. I stayed in Hyderabad. So I traveled for 1.5 years here and there, managing or getting some job. Okay, but it didn't work. So I came back Bangalore and joined a job, 9 to 9 job. I was getting 4,000 salary, and my house rent was 3,500 rupees per month. So managing home was a challenge. So I used to take some money from my parent to manage, but they were adamant about it. And after my loss of business, all the relationship got cut off. Friends, family, okay, all those things happens. Because you can see the miracle when you have money and when you don't have money. Okay. So that's what happened. And then I applied for a Tata Indicom store manager job, which was offered at 8,500 rupees salary. But they rejected because I created a wonderful resume, and they said you are overqualified, we can't hire you. And that was like a shock a little bit. I said okay. So then through a consultant, I got a job in IT company. Though I was BCom graduate, okay, and I had no idea about IT, but still I when I was doing my business, I have learned e-commerce site development. I'm talking about what 1999, 2000, because that was a dot-com boom, right? So I said, why not learn about e-commerce? I had learned from AppTech, and I knew about coding, but when I got the job, I was already outdated. The coding, all those things were outdated, most of them. And I said, okay, why not? I'll do it marketing in an IT company. And I was given 1% team. Within a year, I crossed their revenue almost. I was getting 80% of the revenue of that company actually. That's how I grew in a year. My salary was 10,000, but after a year they said we'll give you 20% hike. That was 12,000. I said it doesn't work. And then a few colleagues said, okay, why not we'll start a business? I said fine. Four colleagues came forward. I quit the job. I started my venture, and that was 2008. Okay, and even before starting the business, there was a market crash. Okay, so I had no job. Whatever the savings were there already in stock market crash, the money gone. So a lot of challenges around, and then I didn't quit. I still worked on, and the other three colleagues who said they will become partner and come forward, but they never came. So and then I continued on my own journey. And today, almost in 13 years, I say 2008 to today, 2000, almost 13 years, I have uh, I solved almost 700 plus clients, and till date, I have almost done 14 businesses, one four, and out of three, I've succeeded. You can say that's what is my journey. I'm just giving you a brief. If I tell my history, it would be a very long journey. I can't even tell you maybe in 1 2 hours also. Okay, so let's move on. So I'll be sharing a little part as I go move forward. So as I was saying, we are not born entrepreneur, but in my term, I can say we are born entrepreneur. Why I'm saying that? So we are actually a marketer. When we're born, if you see, like, no, baby, you want a milk, what do? He cry. So that is what it's one kind of a market itself, right? Okay, if he's asking something, there is a market and demand, right? And second thing is when you are at say maybe around 7 years, 6 years, 7 years, and you fight with your dad. Okay, I need a cycle. I need chocolate. You demand. You be courageous. You know that you might get a tight slab, but still you want to okay be courageous, right? So and if you see you are a good negotiator. Now you go to vegetable vendor, fruit vendor, any shop, you negotiate, right? Now if you talk about team player, when you have been to the school or college, you have worked as a project together or in a company, you would have worked as a team player. So that means you're already born team player. You don't have to. And you create your creativity because the why you are being in that company, whatever your job is, or because of your creativity, because of your innovation, and people like you, right? So that's the reason I'm saying you are born entrepreneur. That's what you need to consider yourself. Now let us look at what are the different characteristics of entrepreneurs. Now, when I talk about first entrepreneur requires what you need to have a passion. The passion actually leads you to the next level. Because, say, example, if what I like, I love, I do. So that means what? If I have that passion, now organizing events is my passion. Training people is passion. Or mentoring a startup, it's my passion. So even if I don't get paid, I am passionate about it. So I don't worry about what's happening, right? So I go on. So same way, any startup, if you have passion, you will give 100%, 200%, 1000%, and make sure your startup succeeds. Next comes is self-belief. You need to believe yourself that okay, you can do it. I know at the times we be like, okay, is it possible? We have so lot of self-doubts, all those things comes. But if you have self-belief and little confidence, yes, you can move. So these are all characteristics as an entrepreneur if you need to have. Next comes is risk taking. If you are not taking a risk, if you are not putting your skill in the game, that means you are not no, it's not you are not an entrepreneur. But to be an entrepreneur, to be a startup, you need to take risk. Sometimes people say, okay, I have no loans, I have car loan, I have property loan, I have my children's education happening. How can I leave my job? Comfort? No, already I'm getting salary with security. Why should I start? A lot of things. So that may be one. Second thing is maybe can I give the credit? Will I get the money back on my time? All that stuff. So risk taking is important as an entrepreneur. Next comes is discipline. So what I mean discipline is putting a system in place, okay? And you are, like say example, if you don't want to go for a work, it is okay. But you should have disciplines and in place, okay? You want to work say 5 days, work for 5 days. Don't so you say 5 days and then you work for one day, but that is not called as a discipline. So you need to plan, okay, everything, every stage wise. So you need to be disciplined. Next is if I talk about here, adaptability. What is adaptability? You need to be, if you see the kind of situation what is occurring last 1 year. Okay, so if I say last 1 year we had COVID, previous to that, if you see the industry like restaurant, what is it, traveling industries, various industries. Okay, now it was booming actually, and after the COVID, where are they? They are struggling. Many of the hotels, restaurants, many have been sold or closed actually, if you see. But if they adapt some model, right? Then they will grow. So I'll be sharing more details about this next. And for next year, we require to be having a money management. That is more important. And when you say money management, you should be clear, like, okay, you might not get a huge funding or you don't have huge money, but you need to manage that money. We have seen that, okay, organizations closed because they don't have working capital itself. They don't have money to pay salaries. They don't have money to pay rent. So then how will you run the manager, how will you run the business? So this is how money management works. Actually, we need to have that, how to do it. Next comes is okay, planning. So you can do a small planning. It's not that very important. Like, okay, without planning, I can do it. I can do as it works. Now, there are certain times you need to plan well. Okay, because if you are looking, say, okay, next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, where your startup you want to be, so you can plan accordingly. Maybe you will not get 100% same way what you want to reach, but at least you have that goal. Okay, I have planned for this. Let me see what else how I can do it. So if you are aware about, then it makes sense. Next is networking. You should be good at networking because without networking, people will not know. You need to go to like startup events or any other events. People will get to know. Networking is makes you get good business, good relationship building, and also identifying the even if you want the idea validation to be done. So if you're with networking, now there are a lot of organizations out there like say Rotary, Lions. These are all social enterprises, social networking platforms. Then we have BNI. Likewise, even we have startup networks, we have Head Start, we have PME, so many various networking organizations out there, which helps our incubator, excavators, and all this stuff. So it's like networking. So you need to be good at that. That is is required as a characteristic to be an entrepreneur. Let's look at why entrepreneurship. Now, when I say why entrepreneurship is we love what we do. So when you come to if you're an entrepreneur, then you can develop your financial independence. You don't have to depend on like monthly salary. Okay, you can get out of the rat race. So developing the financial independence, that is what you will get. Second is you can bring your ideas to life. Now, as we are hearing to our 9-year-old Shara Bhatia from Sydney. Now, what you are saying, you have ideas, right? But you don't put it. So this is what, where you can, if you have an idea, just bring it forward and make it success. Now, if you see about like various startups, like maybe you can talk about Redbus, how it started the journey. If you talk about Oyo Dreams, okay. So each has its own journey, right? How they brought the idea that they saw something which can be full, some solution, some problem solving. So that is what is required, how you can bring out your own ideas. Now set your own schedule. Now you as an entrepreneur, you can plan. Maybe you don't want to work in the morning, you can work late night. Like how I used to work is sometimes morning I have to have a client meeting at 9 o'clock. Means evening 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, sometimes even 9 o'clock. Okay, and then after that have my dinner and then I start working on the computer, technical support, mail support. Sometimes I used to work in like 3 o'clock. So that's the no, it's you can schedule. And sometimes I used to relax. Whole Sunday or Saturday I don't work at all. So you can schedule based on your requirement. Next comes is have creative freedom. So here no one will tell you, okay, you do this is how it should be done. So you have the freedom how you can do it. So entrepreneur, these are what is advantage. Now, what's also, if you see creating a legacy, now there are a couple of companies, if you have seen, like, okay, maybe if I talk about Tata, I talk about Reliance, or if I talk about TVS, how the business has generation after generation, the business has been running. So that means what you can create a legacy actually. Okay. So next comes is you can contribute to the economic growth. Now we are talking about by 2030, India being superpower, making there should be economically #1 in the world. So how can it be? We can be one of the part of contributing into the economic growth. Next one is also impacting lives of many. With one small solution, you can make a lot of impact. But think about one small solution. If I talk about this Swiggy or Zomato, now I am not talking about as a general public, but if you are a what I was, let's say, example, old age. I mean, if you are not right now, you are not in good condition to go out and have a food. So you have a Swiggy and Zomato over an app, okay, and they come and deliver you. So that means what you are making a lot of difference in people's life. They don't have to struggle to get a food even at home, right? So these are the things. For example, second thing, the last is to rule the world. So if your idea get succeeded, a lot of things you can rule the world. Like how today if you see like Paytm, Vijay Sekhar, right? What he do? Now he started with one small payment of a wallet. Now today he serve almost thousands of services under one brand, Paytm, right? So you can look at how you can do this work. Now let's look at what are different industries actually, what kind of different types of businesses are there. The first is retail. Now you already have seen like trading small businesses, shops where you buy, sell everything. So those are the retail here. It can be a retail chain also, like how we have DMart, we have Reliance Digital, all those stuffs. Okay, Big Bazaar. Now next we come to the technology level. Technology company, if I talk about this, we have like Infosys, Upto, or maybe a software company like Zoho, CRM development company. So there are a lot of technology companies which you can launch. Next comes is services. There are service industry where you can do like testing for the softwares, you can run a computer hardware services, you can do HR trainings. Okay, so a lot of things comes under services which you can pick, which can be one of the type of business. Next comes is manufacturing. Manufacturing comes from a small scale to the large scale. It can be automobile manufacturing, or automobile part manufacturing. So anything which can come under the manufacturing part, like even food manufacturing. Today, lot of food, even the cake get manufactured in the factory now. Okay, this gets a mass production happening. Now, if I talk about the namkeens, what do you get like Haldiram, namkeen, and other stuff? What are they doing? Food items. All kind of products now, even dry foods are getting repacked and they export, right? So, like there's a lot of manufacturing which can come up. Next comes is distribution channel. Now, there are a lot of companies like Pharma and all who talks about the distribution and channels which can be created. Like if you talk about OnePlus Mobile, what they have in India, they don't manufacture, but they do distribution. Same value Xiaomi, okay, iPhone. So like that, there can be a distribution channel network. Another is franchise business. Either you can take a franchise or you can create a franchise itself. Now, now, if you see there are a lot of franchises happening, if you talk about McDonald's are there, then King Bazaar, even Goli Vada Pav. Okay, if I talk about a small Indian startup, Goli Vada Pav, today they have around 350 stores across India. Okay, and they are planning what? Next 5,000 stores next by 2025. They already have planned. So that means it can go scalable business. Next comes is aggregator model. You have already seen this aggregator model like what Ola, Uber kind of thing, where aggregation happens. They don't own the car, but they have the cars where you want. Same way properties, right? Magic Bricks, or if I talk about maybe even the Oyo rooms, all are aggregators. So they just also, if I talk about like Amazon, Flipkart, they are all marketplace aggregators. So they don't own shops, but what happens? They buy the product and supply it. So that means what you can go and buy the product of the product, but they make sure that they just get delivered. So you can create an aggregator model also. Next comes is research and development. This is one of the new industries just coming up where now previously they used most of the companies which have an in-house research and development team. Now they are outsourcing. So you can take advantage of those stuff actually. Next, we'll move to the important lessons for startups. Uh, Now, no one cares about your idea. Whether your idea is very good, people may like it. You may like it. Your friends may say, "Okay, it's not good." Yeah, already that idea is already there. Someone's already doing it. I can take to share about one of my friends. In 2014, I told her she was working in one of the corporate companies. I told her, "Why not we launch a online pharma company where we can deliver the medicine at both." Because at that time it was not there. By 2016, okay, I'm talking about 2014, by 2016, one NG already launched, Meds launched, MedPlus launched, a lot of companies were launched after that, right? But already the idea was there, if she had already started, it would have been a boom. So likewise, there were many ideas. Even maybe one more idea was like, how to create a bike ambulance. Okay, this I'm talking about somewhere in 2011. Okay, and that person said, no, yeah, it's challenge in India. So, but only bullet time is bike time is already there in India now. So, likewise, you can no, don't underestimate any idea. That's what I would say. Next comes is find a co-founder because running a one-man show it's always a challenge. So, have a founder which makes a sense. Next goes to the investors lives in different planet. Don't think that okay, if you go with your idea, you might get immediate funding. So you need to always understand where investors think in a different angle, you think in a different angle. They might not give you investor unless until you are like IIT, IIM graduate and all. Okay, that's a only few people, but at least they have a different perspective. They say, okay, if I put 10 rupee, I should get 100x. So that's how they look at. Okay, so you need to be aware about this. Next is focus on growth, not valuation. A lot of companies are now, if they talk about growth, uh, less like, but they talk more about valuation. Okay, let the valuation of company goes higher. If you see a lot of startups where they get funding based on the valuation, but a lot of startup, if you say talk about 90 to 95% startup get closed. Reason they can't manage because there is no much growth. So what I suggest is focus on the growth. You might not require even a funding also. If you are able to do, you can reinvest the business whatever money you earn and you can grow exponentially. Else, I invested in follow you because of your growth is good.
Kushalji, you have a couple of minutes left.
Okay. So mostly it's a lonely journey. So be prepared. And these are like, okay, rejection and failures are part of parcel of entrepreneurship. And there isn't any finance guy initially I just said about. And leverage the power of startup communities. That is what most important. When it comes to viewer, also there are a lot of entities they will say, okay, we'll get you the funding and all. And then they don't even get, or they will take the money from you and then don't even take the cost. So be aware about all these things. Get used to sales and marketing because it's an important part. Faster shipping second how you can execute faster and delivery. That's important. Use free tools as much possible. There are so many free tools available in the market. And you don't have to have a glamorous office. A lot of people think I need to have spend thousands and thousands lakhs to only for interiors. That's not required actually. Today you can use virtual office. Use shameless and learn as much as you can, and then have entrepreneur company, then people with the jobs. These are the few things, and have this mindset, this growth mindset, rather than having a fixed mindset. So growth mindset, if you have, you can even failure can be an opportunity for you. And what are things required is idea validation. You can do a survey, gap identification, vision mission has to have a company. So check out what is the business model well for you, okay, and then identify the differentiation of the business. Next, I will talk about is you need to create a product which is maybe a prototype. That would make sense. It should be a scalable business. Your branding and marketing you need to do for social media, and you should also do some CSR activity which can bring in your mileage and use digital marketing as much as possible. That's what I would recommend. And we are coming out funding, legal, under this one, finance, planning effective, business planning should be there, and pitching, we should learn how to pitch and then raise fund. All the documents should be very clear. Legal is more important. We have seen a lot of challenges where partnership get, challenges. Because they start the business without any legal document. They don't know what is the roles and responsibility, what is their percentage in the business. So be clear about all the stuff. So I will leave with you. It's always seems impossible until it's done by Nelson Mandela. With this, I thank you. It's really wonderful sharing my knowledge with you. I know it's a quite small time. Normally with this, what I share with you is almost, I take almost one week program. We have a lot of workshops in house. We come out with, okay, how to identify the idea, how to make that business successful. So we go through the steps. So you can follow me so that I can share more and more knowledge. So my handle is Khussaal Jain. On any platform you can search, I'll be there. Thank you. Over to Anita and Vijay.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you so much, Kushalji. It was amazing. I know there are a lot of things to share, but so little time. So we are doing best at what we can do. So I would like Anita to introduce our next speaker, who is Neha Mattu, Reena Mattu, sorry.
Sure, thank you. Thank you, Vijay. So let us call upon our next speaker, Miss Reena Mathu. She is a communicator and a work-life balance trainer, an educator and a leader who likes to set the trends. Reena believes in doing is knowing and to channelizing thoughts to actions. Apart from above, she also conducts sessions in medical insurance. Her whole journey till now has been soaked in life experiences of myriad kinds, which have been extremely challenging at times. She is a
Anita,
marketing professional with
I think
20 years.
Reena got cut off. I think
She's
let's
joining
leave.
back. She's joining back. She just messaged.
Okay, okay. Let's just wait while she's on so she can feel that energy while.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how is the session so far? I know Kushalji
So
had a
far
lot of.
it's so much taking off, like taking away for me, learning a lot. Kushal sir, he's a true master of startup in this online business sector. I would definitely say that no, because of us running short of time, we are not able to give the maximum feedback which we could do as MCs. I'm really feeling sorry for that, for all the speakers, because we are lagging behind with almost 60 minutes. So that is the information we have got from our backup team. So I feel sorry for all the speakers, because we have really this session, the business session, it is all the renowned speakers who should be really on spotlight. So if you leave them, they would continue for the whole time. So
Yeah,
giving their
I have a
experience.
request. Okay,
Yeah.
my request is whatever the feedback you have, whatever the learning you want to do, put it in the YouTube chat, and people will love it. Okay, including all the even the host. I would recommend whatever you want to share, you share it there. So at least all the speakers will get motivated.
Sure, sir. We'll do that.
Sure, sure, we'll
Definitely.
do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think
So,
while we wait, can we have Reena ji to
video
join? No, no. Can we
can,
ask Mr. Milan to if it is possible for him to begin the next session?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.